With season 2 of Traces wrapped up, we're curious to know what's next for our forensic trio after a gripping 6 episodes spent tracing a series of bombings across Dundee. What's next for our sleuths? And when can we expect Emma Hedges, Sarah Gordon, and Kathy Torrance to return? Keep watching as we reveal details about Traces Season 3 so far. First up, the satisfying season finale. In his review of the finale, Michael Hogan of Radio Times described it as a propulsive climax that threaded together 2 plot lines into a satisfying finale. Several critics and fans of the series have noted that the second season has so far been several notches better than the first, including a Rotten Tomatoes user who wrote that the series clearly has potential and that the second season has found its footing, is more focused on the forensics bit, and has stellar performances from the cast. Fans of the series have also expressed their delight in a series that is led by 3 unique female protagonists, which was an intentional choice by best-selling crime novelist Val McDermid, who originally came up with the concept of the show. With all 6 episodes of the second season available to stream online, we're not anxious to find out more information about where the show will go next. So, will there be a third season? We saw Emma Hedges and Professor Sarah Gordon and Kathy Torrance come together and face newer challenges and more mounting pressure than ever before. With better character development, a more focused plot, and writing that gets tighter with every episode, fans are now eager for a third season. There are many questions still left unanswered after the gripping finale, and a third season is exactly what we need to finally reveal the answers we've been dying to know. So far, though, Alibi, owned by BBC Studios, has not renewed Traces for a third season, and there's very little information out there about what we can expect from its plot. However, we can piece together clues to figure out when exactly we might see the forensic team back on our screens again. Who do we see returning? We can already expect a few familiar faces to return to the series for a third outing, and the first being one of the main leads, Molly Windsor as Emma Hedges. Spoiler alert for those new to the series and haven't yet finished the first season. The finale of Season 1 left us reeling as we discovered that Phil McAfee, Daniel's father, had brutally murdered Emma's mother, with Episode 2 of Season 2 acquitting Phil and leaving Emma with deep hatred in her heart for the man who murdered her mother, as well as being conflicted about her feelings towards Daniel. The latter half of the season shifted gears from the main story of Season 1 and put more focus on the main culprit responsible for the bombings across Dundee. Growing from a lab technician to now training as a forensic chemist, Emma's growth and fiery nature has left fans wanting more from the character, and it's anyone's guess where the writers will take the show next. But we expect it may go along the lines of Dexter, with each season focusing on a unique villain that the 3 sleuths must unmask before something terrible happens. And then we have the other 2 leads, and let's begin with Laura Fraser, best known for her role as Lydia Rodarte Quayle in groundbreaking AMC series Breaking Bad. Anyone else having flashbacks of Todd's ringtone? If you know, you know. Traces has been a predominantly women-led TV series with 2 women directors, Mary Nighy and Rebecca Gateward, 2 women co-writers, Amelia Bullmore and Val McDermid herself, and 3 women leads, each getting equal attention to the development of her character. Fraser, who plays Professor of Chemistry Sarah Gordon, has said that in the last 5 years of her vast 25-year career, she started to notice more sprinkling of women in the cast and crew in an industry that is still more male-dominated. But for Fraser, working on the set of Traces meant that the show's cast and crew were predominantly women, which was encouraging to her and meant that she was more comfortable filming her scenes. It's not just the mostly female colleagues, however, that has kept Laura Fraser coming back to the series. According to Fraser, Traces feels like a more everyday experience. The show has a grounded approach to the science involved that she finds very appealing. So judging from how much Fraser has appreciated working with a production of mostly women, and also the realistic approach to the story, we can definitely be sure that she'll be returning should Alibi renew the series for a third run. Jennifer Spence, who plays Kathy Torrance, professor of forensic anthropology, had much of the same to say about the show as Laura Fraser, citing the female-led aspect of the series as being one of the reasons why she believes the show is so different from other crime dramas. In an interview, Spence mentioned that the writing of the show had immediately grabbed her attention, telling telling her everything she needed to know about the character she was playing in a few sentences. Fans loved watching Professor Kathy Torrance working with bones and using scientific fact as the basis of her arguments whilst finding human relationships difficult to understand. And Jennifer Spence feels the same way, calling the forensic anthropology professor a piece of work. And as much as we've loved watching Spence play the character, she's loved playing it, and we're sure she'll be excited to return as Kathy Torrance in a potential third season. Next, the two men who must return. In a show led by women, there's two men that fans are excited to see return. The first one is none other than Scottish actor Martin Compston. It only took us a few hashtags to find tweets related to the show, with several fans happy to see Compston back in season 2 as Daniel McAfee, Emma's love interest. It only takes a glance through Twitter to see fans clamoring Compston's name on the timeline, and we're one of them. One fan wrote that Daniel's inner turmoil as the son of a killer is both heartbreaking and outstanding to watch. And another fan tweeted that they didn't want to be disturbed now that Martin Compston was back on their TV screens for season 2. Amen to that, fellow Twitter user. Amen to that. Critics have also praised Compston for portraying Daniel with surprising depth and capturing the character's conflicted feelings toward his father, Phil, excellently. And as Emma's love interest, we're excited to see where the writers take their relationship from the end of season 2, since there's a lot of ground still to be explored with the two. The second man, Vincent Regan, and for good reason. Regan has previously worked with Amelia Bullmore in a British police procedural Scott and Bailey, where he had a recurring role as Detective Chief Superintendent Dave Murray. That's a mouthful. In an interview, Regan said that saying yes to Traces was a no-brainer because when he saw the script that Amelia had written for Traces, he was blown away. When playing Phil, a self-made yet domineering man, Regan mentioned that people have their doubts about a character who is morally gray, and that's what keeps bringing people back to watch the show. Regan, who's also starred in 300 and Troy, which are both more male-dominant, also stated in his interview that what he finds different about Traces is that it empowers its female characters. He also likes playing supporting roles to stronger leading women. Maybe that's why we like him so much, and that's why we see him returning for a third season. But how's it looking for Traces? The show will continue to delve deeper into the complex world of forensic science, and we're certain that the three leads will return to our screens sooner than we think. Traces first appeared on Alibi after it achieved success on that channel. It was then aired on BBC One HD, and it quickly took on a life of its own, reaching a whopping 6 million views. Again, all it takes is a look through Alibi's official Twitter page and recent replies to their tweets to see just how much fans have loved what season 2 had to offer. From fans showing love to Kathy's quirky nature, to feeling relief that Sarah and Neil finally acknowledged their feelings for each other, there's one common question burning in the minds of fans right now, and it is this: when will season 3 arrive? There's no doubt that there are 6 million potential fans' expectations to reach up to following the end of season 2. And seeing that season 2 aired nearly 3 years after the first, it's not too far-fetched to assume that we might be seeing a trailer for season 3 arriving sometime in 2023. We know that's really far away, and it's just conjecture at this point, but for British TV shows, that's quite an accurate guess. For example, series 2 of Fleabag came a full 3 years after the first, so we'll just wait. Yep, and that's all for this one. As fans of the series, what are you hoping for from season 3, and where do you see Emma, Sarah, and Kathy going? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. As always, hit like if you like the video, and hit subscribe so you never miss out on any future uploads. We'll see you in the next one.